Hey folks, how's it going? It's Peter here, and I'm just gonna go through a little project with you, and that is going to be that I got a slightly used uh, a Barnes & Noble Nook color, and although it's great for reading ebooks and everything, I think I want something a little more functional, so we're going to load the Android operating system custom ROM from CyanogenMod onto it, and then it should be a little more versatile after that. So for the Nook to run Android, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to be using this micro SD card, 32 gigs. I just ran over to Micro Center and bought this. You'll want to use some sort of USB card reader. I have some weird old one. I don't know where it even came from. Go ahead and put your SD card in there, and then slide that into your computer. And it just popped up here. We're going to take a look here. Let's see. So I read this out of the XDA developers forum, and it's talking about the new CyanogenMod Jelly Bean ROM that you can install on your Nook color. CyanogenMod that's a group that does Android ROMs for all sorts of different devices. So let me talk to you about what we have here. We need four things. One very important first thing is Win32 disk imager, and that is the thing that's going to write the bootloader to our SD card. So you have to find that. I don't remember where I got it. There's not a link for it here, and I'll probably flash it up on the screen where you can find that. And then we are going to get the image that we actually flashed to the SD card. That's actually at the bottom of this page. You have to make sure that it's the CM7, 9, and 10 larger revision 5. That is the disk image that we are going to flash to the SD card. It's the thing that the Nook picks up when it turns on, and it's kind of like a loader. So those are two things that you need. And the other two things, very important, is you need the CM10 ROM, CyanogenMod 10. That would be the Jelly Bean version, like I was saying. So you get that here, and where here actually is the, come on. Okay, hold on. Actually, you want the latest nightly build, which is at cyanogenmod.org. So this is for the Barnes & Noble Nook color, and it looks like today's the 15th, and they just made a build yesterday, and that's the one that I picked up. So you're going to download this, and you're just going to keep it in its zip format, because that's the format that the bootloader actually reads out of it. And then what you also want along with that is gapps-jb, which is Google Apps. So you get your Gmail and your Google Play Store. If you install the Android OS without that, you will not get the Play Store, and so you can't grab apps, and it's kind of useless without it, I guess. I mean, it's not useless, but you know what I mean. Fairly unutilitarian. Okay, so you got to grab those two, and I will list where you can get each of those. Once you get all that, I have it all in this folder right here, which is apparently over here. Okay. So I got the disk imager, Google Apps, CM10, and here is where I've unzipped the disk imager. And I have also unzipped the SD card image. That's the 7, 9, and 10 revision 5 image. So that's about 300 megs there. So once you get all these things in order, you run the imager, you open the image, which was unzipped, and I'm going to make sure that I have the right, oh yeah, it's over here. Okay, the L drive is apparently where my 32 gig SD card is. So it's going to tell you that this may corrupt your device, but that is fine. It says that no matter what. Now it's just going to write the image to the SD card. And this may just take a little bit. Sing a little song, do a little dance, you know, drink some coffee. I don't know what else to say at this moment, except that I'm drinking a cream soda. Here we go. I was kind of surprised that doing this, it wasn't like my phone. It didn't take the Odin program to flash the ROM, but that may be something specific to phones. Or actually, maybe this is the more, like, the safer way to do it, because the Nook itself just reads the SD card on boot up, which is pretty handy. Okay, so we're done with that. Good job, program. Now, your drive, I know mine was named this before, but that's because I've done this twice now, or 3 times. Your SD card will now be called boot, which is good. Now you want to grab your CM10 zip and your Google Apps zip, copy them, go to your SD card and paste them. Excuse me. Here we go. Some more waiting. This is actually very simple. It was confusing at first when I was trying to read the thing. The guy that wrote the thing on the developers network was a little out of order and was trying to include all aspects of it, but it was almost a little more complicated than it needed to be. You know, why can't you just say put it in, hit this, do that, copy that? Really is not that complicated. I'm also trying to kind of tell you what each piece is for, because I was confused on that. So there's the 4 pieces. There's the CM10 zip file, which is the actual ROM. There's the Google Apps zip file, which is the Google Apps. There is the disk imager, which is what writes the image to the SD card, and there is that actual image itself, which seems to be kind of an OS loader or bootloader. I could be wrong on that, but that's just my logical conclusion. So once we get all that straight, we can eject the SD card, which is just another way to say safely remove your hardware. And now I'm pulling it out of the computer. So with your Nook off, you will slide that SD card into the corner slot of the Nook. You will power up the Nook, and then this is pretty much what happens. Just goes on and on for a few minutes. I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes or something like that. And it's just loading and installing the whole operating system, the Cyanogen 10 mod. And you can see there's a little penguin up in the corner because Linux is good. Very much. Blarg. So here we have the Cyano boot. Universal bootloader. Comes up on the camera real bright for some reason. It's loading. And right here, the bottom, you can't see it right now, but it says press N for something or another, for options or whatever. So if you do press the N right when that comes up, you can actually get a boot menu, and you can choose to boot back into the original Nook OS. And so if that's what you want to do, you can just go right back to the other system. Also, if you take the SD card out and boot the Nook now, it will just go back to the original system and just like nothing ever happened. So it's a pretty easy, effective way to make your Nook into an Android with the ease of not tampering with the system and not, you know, not being in jeopardy of bricking your Nook. Say that 10 times fast. So this is a very exciting loading screen. It takes a while. Obviously it takes a little longer than it does to boot the Nook because it's kind of a heavier system. It works fine as an Android, but is a little slower. Not super snappy, but it gets the job done. Daisy. That's our neighbor's Wi-Fi. But yeah, so just like any other Android device, it asks you to set up your Google stuff, and I think I just gonna skip right through it here. Get all the way into the OS so you can see that it runs. Skip, skip, skip. Well, we are on Central Time. We don't want to screw that up. And my name. I'll probably have to get a swipe keyboard for this because I hate non-swipe keyboards. They're super annoying. Your tablet is ready to use. You can put your favorite apps here on the home screen. I think that's everything that we mentioned earlier. Were we going to talk about... Yes, so that is that. And then you can have some fun with it. You know, maybe watch a movie. Sad person.